Hello, MDRT. My name is Chris George, a top of the table member from Vancouver, BC, Canada, and I would very much like to do a presentation for MDR Speaks that I call Get Off the Bus. When I started in the industry, I was trained, as were so many others, to ask my clients, what would happen to your family if you were hit by a bus tomorrow? The idea of what seemed to be a simple question would be something that is difficult to answer and intended to create both a sense of family obligation and urgency, which is supposed to result in clients immediately signing up for insurance to ensure that their families would be safe. Over the years, I became a student of behavioral finance and began to study my prospects and clients and the results when I would ask about that fatal bus scenario. What I began to notice is that while I was getting the sales, the larger cases and the referrals came from those clients where I'd have a more positive discussion. I began to understand that people do not want to be guilted or shamed into buying a product, and especially not in front of their spouses. If they did buy, it was frequently the minimum amount that they felt they needed to get their spouse and their insurance advisor off of their back, and it created feelings of resentment and angst between my clients and me. This was a revelation to me, although it should not have been one. I was creating stress and anxiety and a negative experience for my clients. After all, who wants to talk about this, spend their time discussing their death and critical illness and doom and gloom scenarios for the families? Not me and not my clients. Clients that were shamed and guilted into buying also weren't likely then to refer their family and friends so they too could enjoy the shaming for themselves. Realizing this, I began to change my discussion, much like judo, use the enemy's strength against them. Rather than asking, do you know that you have a 5% chance of dying and a 25% chance of being ill, I would start to use the same statistics, but in a different light. Instead of telling the client they're going to die or be sick, I started saying that if a chance of dying was 5%, and a chance of being critically ill was 25%, what it also meant was that the client had a 95% chance of being alive and a 75% chance of not being critically ill. I was planning for the least likely to occur instead of planning for the most likely to occur. The client would be alive and healthy into retirement. So why would I do this? On the surface, it seems like I just talked the client on seeing the need to buy insurance at all. What actually happened is that I had now positioned insurance, but in a different way, advising the client that we need to prepare for the consequences of being alive, healthy, and successful. In other words, taxes and family succession or inheritance. Insurance will now play a vital role, but in a positive light, to reduce their tax burden and encourage clients to dream of leaving more to the family, to their legacies at the end of a long and successful life. But in the event of a death or illness, just in case, it'd almost be a side benefit of having the insurance in place. I have clients who do not trust that insurance companies will pay out, only purchasing insurance because of the strategies afforded by insurance. They would not have purchased insurance otherwise. Not only were we now planning for the success, but as a planner, I was relieved that the clients now had coverage just in case. What began to happen shouldn't have been surprising. My sales went through the roof, the size of my cases were greatly magnified, and my clients were eager to refer me to their colleagues, family, and friends. When I meet with newer advisors who want to get to MDRT, I ask one question: are you on or off the bus? Create a positive experience for your clients, who are then not only eager to get the insurance, but are thinking of what most never do. I love my insurance advisor. Thank you for your consideration. I look forward to seeing you at MDRT.